Hey, so now is the Ann Hall.
Well, Ann Hall and Rosemary and Janet Anderson were a bit of a threesome
Oh yeah.
all through school. And I ended up having uh, Ann in my sixth grade class. She was the daughter of Sid and Biddy Ann Hall, who Arlen and I were good friends with. And whenever uh, Arlen and I had been in Europe the previous October, November, and so that year I had a lot of slides of different places in Europe, and we, in our social studies class, was about different places in Europe. So I would bring my slides, and I would tell them about the different things that were there. And Anne was sitting sort of in the middle of the class towards the front, and
This is gold.
she put her she put her hand up and she said, well, I'm not sure that she put her hand up. Anyway, she said, "Oh, Mrs. Edgar, this is so interesting."
What a.
Well,
Never mind.
and so I went home and I told, when I saw her parents later, I said, I should pay Anne to come to school because she motivated the rest of the group to be interested in what I was telling about,
That's a
And,
good thing.
and it was just so completely spontaneous with her because traveling in Europe was very fascinating.
Well, you know she was our class valedictorian, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I've always been very fond of Anne, and I would like the president to nominate her as a member of the Supreme Court.
Oh, Obama?
Yeah.
Is she a lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Is she accomplished enough to have a nomination? Wow.
Well, she has. She was a public defender. I think she worked in the prosecutor's office in I think Missouri. I'm not just sure. I can't remember. Maybe Springfield, Missouri. Is that the?
Is there a snowball's chance in hell, or are you just?
Oh, as soon as I learned that the thing she wanted to do was be a judge, I thought, oh.
Has she been a judge?
No, she hasn't. But Anne, where did she? I've forgotten.
She lives in Washington State.
Yes, I know that. I'm going to see her this month.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going out there?
We're going to Denver, and she's going to be in. She's coming in the same day that we're coming in.
Here, this September?
Yes, this September.
Well, because I won't be home for another couple of weeks in Virginia, so this might not even be posted by then.
And so...
well, let's back up. No, we're talking stories about when the sixth grade, sort of surrounded around the sixth grade. I mean, as for as interesting as this is, maybe we need an Ann Hall Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about Anne is...
Go back to Ann Hall Part 1.
She went to... I think she went to Princeton Theological, got a master's degree there, and I can't remember where she did her undergraduate work.
Well, you're still on Ann Hall Part 2.
Yeah.
Back up to Ann Hall Part 1.
Well,
when she was in the sixth grade, and when you knew her as a...
Yeah. Well, that was the whole thing. Whenever there was anything that was, she always had enthusiasm for things that were going on academically. And so, as I said, I told her parents I should pay them for having her in my class because she made my teaching much easier.
Oh, geez, I think her head's going to get even bigger now.
Yeah. Well, she was great to have.
Sorry, Ann.
But she just was fun, to have in class.
Uh-huh.
And I always looked...
Between her and Rosemary and Janet, was she the leader? of the pack?
Well, I never really knew who was the leader because they sort of went back and forth. Uh, is Janet in there? I had Janet.
Oh, Janet's in here, but that'll be another
Yeah.
audio
Hmm.
part.
But I was just seemed like that whenever we were doing anything, she was enthusiastically involved. It wasn't like she was.
She was truly interested, and
Yes.
she was with the program.
Yeah,
She
she
was.
was. She just, and of course, all the things that I had seen when we were in Europe, she was just fascinated by anything I told her.
Well, maybe we can come back to Ann Hall
Yeah.
because she's a star of our class.
Well, she's not the only one.
Oh, I know, but we need to move on. We're trying to.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep these like within 4 or 5
Okay,
minutes.
did I,
No, I'm gonna
okay.
stop this now, and we're gonna go on to the next.